Hello, hello, everybody. It's Venus Callida here, and I'm coming to you live from my kitchen, my night kitchen. How are you all doing? It's summertime. Hey, Traxer. How are you doing tonight? Traxer, tonight I've got an episode called Riddle Me a Summer Sweet and Savory Snack Fest. These are things that we can make to bring to a picnic, to a barbecue, to a garden party, to high tea. Things that can cool you down in a hot summer weather. And I hope you're feeling up for it because these foodie riddles need to be solved by you to reveal our secret recipes. And there are 4 recipes tonight for 3 dishes because we got a sauce here. And it's really tasty. Now, of course, Traxer, in this sauce, you can always add a little bit of your favorite golden something something. But for the rest of us, I'm going to give you some straightforward, family-friendly recipes for everybody. Okay, let's begin. I'm Venus Callida. Today, you've got to play my foodie riddle game. Reveal the ingredients to these 4 secret recipes to set out a great summer's hot afternoon picnic. Worthy nom noms. And I hope you're ready. Let's play. Riddle me this. I wobble when I'm cold and set. A see-through snack you won't forget. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Speaking of that, Tractor's got his water there. I got my water. I made some water with spearmint leaves, and it's nice and cool. So I'm gonna hydrate right now. Everybody, let's stop and hydrate. If you haven't done it yet today, be kind to yourself. Let's hydrate. Ooh, refreshing. All right, here we go. Rule number 2. Ooh, I love spearmint. It's so yummy. Okay, I have no taste, no shape, no sound. Yet life on earth with me is found. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 3. I'm sour sunshine in a peel. One tiny squeeze makes flavors real. What am I? Do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do. Riddle number 4. From crushed up apples, sweet and brown, I'm poured into mugs when cold comes down. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number what? Okay. Riddle number 5. I sparkle small and sweet and white. I turn plain things into pure delight. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Riddle number 6. I got Adam and Eve into trouble for eating me. What am I? Riddle number 7. I crunch when bitten, green and long. In soups and snacks, I still belong. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 8. I hide a crunch inside my shell. Small food pack secrets I keep well. What am I? Riddle number 9. I'm a common bunch of leaves you can eat. What am I? Huh? Huh? Hmm? 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 Huh? Huh? Hmm? Riddle number 10. I'm a white condiment made with egg yolks and vinegar. What am I? Da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dun-dun-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. All right, all right. All right, Msoul, it is time to reveal the ingredients for our first secret recipe for our hot summer's days picnic spread. Here we go. In riddle number 1, I wobble when I'm cold and set. A see-through snack you won't forget. What am I? We're talking 1 envelope of unflavored gelatin, the clear stuff from the baking aisle. Riddle number 2, I have no taste, no shape, no sound. Yet life on earth with me is found. What am I? We're talking water. We need 2 tablespoons cold water for this recipe. Riddle number 3, I'm sour sunshine and appeal. 1 tiny squeeze makes flavors real. What am I? We're talking lemon, and what we want is 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Yum! This smells great too. Riddle number 4. From crushed up apples, sweet and brown, I'm poured in mugs when cold comes down. What am I? We're talking about apple cider. And what we want to use is 1 3/4 cups of sweet apple cider for this recipe. Riddle number 5. I sparkle small and sweet and white. I turn plain things to pure delight. What am I? Sugar, and you'll need 1/4 cup. Riddle number 6. I got Adam and Eve into trouble for eating me. What am I? Oh, that naughty, forbidden apple. And we need 1 1/2 cup diced apples for this recipe. Riddle number 7. I crunch when bitten, green and long. In soups and snacks, I still belong. What am I? We're talking about celery. We need 1/2 cup of diced celery for this recipe. Riddle number 8. I hide a crunch inside my shell. Small food pack secrets I keep well. What am I? We're talking chopped nuts. You could use pecans, walnuts. I like almonds. You could use peanuts. You could use almonds. Walnuts. Pecans actually would be really lovely for this dish. All right, here we go. Riddle number 9. I'm a common bunch of leaves you can eat. What am I? It's lettuce leaves. We need enough lettuce leaves to cover our plate like a leafy display layer for this snack. It's like a bed of lettuce on the plate before you plate it. Riddle number 10. I'm a white condiment made with egg yolks and vinegar. What am I? Mayonnaise. Now, I love Miracle Whip, but there's Hellmann's. There's other kinds. You can make it yourself. Just use as much as you want for taste. All right. So you're going to be wondering. So Venus, one may wonder, what does this make? It's a cider gelatin salad. So apple cider gelatin salad. Now this is what you see. If you come over here, I don't have enough arms. Kitty over here is guarding it. This over here on the plate on the back counter, that's the apple cider gelatin. It's a savory dish. There's vegetables in this, but you know what? I've learned by experimenting with gelatin, and I will share some of those recipes and blitzes later this month. I've had an experimental kitchen going on this past 2 weeks, and I've been having a lot of fun. What you can do with clear gelatin, which is eaten. It used to be given to children to help with strengthening your nails and your hair. And so it's like a collagen source of protein. It's not a whole protein, but it is a source of protein if you're not eating meat per se. Now, it's not halal, just to let you know. But it is something that I can eat, so I wanted to share this recipe with you. So, to make the apple cider gelatin salad, it's unique. It's uniquely tasty. You just sprinkle gelatin on a combined cold water and lemon juice to soften. And we call it setting because clear gelatin powder needs to set or like bloom on top of the cold water. All right, with the lemon juice to soften it up. Then you're going to add in hot apple cider and sugar and stir until all the gelatin powder is completely dissolved. If you stir with a fork, this process will work faster. Then you're going to chill this in the fridge. When this mixture begins to set, you're going to, so it's like partially set, not fully set, fold in the apple pieces and the celery pieces. Then you're going to let it completely chill, preferably overnight, but 4 to 6 hours should do it. You can turn this into 6 individual molds or one big bowl and chill it until it's firm. Then you're going to unmold it. You may or may not need to just go around with a butter knife along the outside edges before you flip it on top. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your lettuce, you're going to spread it out on top of your plate. Then you're going to flip the mold of this savory gelatin on top. When you pull the mold off, inside the middle, you can put in your mayo and your chopped nuts. If you want to put a few more pieces of the celery and apple pieces, you could put some slices sticking out on top of the middle. You can see here that I got a little bit fancy with mine. Some people will also add corn kernels or tiny little chopped carrots. You might want to steam them first so that they're softer to chew if you do that, but you don't have to. Spring onions go really well with the chopped celery. Right there, that one on the counter. All right. Now, this recipe will feed 6 hungry picnickers. Personally, I really like this recipe, but I did say this was a picnic-worthy menu today. So let's add another original to this menu. I got them here in my hands right now. With no further ado, here comes round number 2 of today's hot summer sweet and savory picnic spread. Riddle me this. I'm a sweet tasty tap from special trees in the early spring. My flag has one of these leaves on it, evaporated up from the sap. What could I be? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I fell on Newton's head and helped him with a famous discovery. What am I? Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. Missed me. I know that's Traxxer's favorite. The most upbeat imperial anthem you've ever heard. Right here with me, Venus Callida. Riddle number 3. I start as fragile, smooth, and round, but heat will change the form I'm found in. What am I? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Bok 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 bok. That was part of your hint. All right. Bok bok. Rule number 4. I'm warm and brown in tiny shakes, in cozy treats and holiday bakes. What am I? Riddle number 4. I'm warm and brown in tiny. Oh, we did that. Riddle number 5. I melt on toast and make it bright. From churned up cream, I'm soft and light. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 6. I used to be a grape so sweet. Now wrinkled bites you like to eat. What am I? Riddle number 7. I hold the filling crisp and round, a flaky base where sweets are found. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Riddle number 8. I make things sweet with tiny grains, a sparkling dust that joy contains. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Well, that's all she wrote. So let's reveal these riddle answers to get our next recipe. And riddle number 1, I'm a sweet, tasty, tapped from special trees in the early spring. One of its leaves is on my flag. Evaporated out from the sap. What could I be, eh? Eh? That's a hint, eh? Oh, it's maple syrup. You can either use maple sugar or brown sugar. You'll need a 1/3 cup grated for this recipe. I'll go with the maple just for something more exotic. Okay, riddle number 2. I fell on Newton's head and helped him with a famous discovery. What am I? Well, the discovery was gravity, and it was an apple. So what you're going to need is a 1/3 cup sweet apple cider for this recipe. Yum! Riddle number 3. I start as fragile, smooth, and round, but heat will change the form I'm found in. What am I? Eggs. You'll need 3 eggs separated for this recipe. So put the yolks in one bowl and the whites in another. No wasting here. Riddle number 4. I'm warm and brown in tiny shakes, in cozy treats and holiday bakes. What am I? We're talking ground nutmeg. You'll need a 1/2 teaspoon. Riddle number 5. I melt on toast and make it bright. From churned up cream, I'm soft and light. What am I? Butter. Can't believe it. It's got to be butter. We need 1 teaspoon. Riddle number 6. I used to be a grape so sweet, now wrinkled bites you like to eat. What am I? What's a wrinkled grape? It's raisins, and you're going to need 1 teaspoon. Oh, you're going to need a 1/2 cup of seeded raisins for this recipe. All right, here we go. Now, if you don't like raisins, you can chop up. I like to chop up 1 yellow apple to the size of raisins, and it'll work just as well. And nice and sweet and tasty. All right, here we go. Riddle number 7. I hold the filling crisp and round, a flaky base where sweets are found. What am I? We're talking the pie shell. You can buy them pre-made in the dollar store even. An 8-inch pie shell baked will do it. We need 1. Riddle number 8. I make things sweet with tiny grains, a sparkling dust that joy contains. What am I? We're talking granulated sugar crystals. You'll need a 1/3 cup granulated sugar for this recipe. So Venus, a person might ask, what does this make? It's cider pie. I've seen it in movies. I've never had it before. I'm totally looking forward to making this recipe myself, which I'll be doing later this weekend. Cider pie is yummy. And I'm holding it in my hands. So let me get up real close and personal for a second. It's this one right here. It's this one right here. Cider pie. It doesn't look bad, does it? It looks very close to pecan, but it's cider pie. A cider being apple cider. All right, apple cider. So let's see how we put this together. To prepare this delicious pie for our picnic, combine the sugar and the cider, heat it together until it's dissolved. Then you're going to beat the egg yolks and stir them into this sugar mixture until it cooks and thickens. You're going to want to do it a little bit at a time while you continuously stir. Okay? Add nutmeg, butter, and raisins, or if you don't like raisins, add your apple pieces. Some people might even use little cranberries. And it works well as a delicious, luscious substitute. Now you're going to pour this into a baked pie shell. Then you're going to beat your egg whites separately until they're foamy to make that meringue. And you're going to add sugar gradually to this white foamy meringue. Continue beating until it's nice and stiff peaks are forming. You're going to spread this meringue over the pie filling, and then you're going to bake the whole thing together in a preheated slow oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes, or until the meringue is showing a golden brown. Yum! This recipe also serves 6 hungry buddies. What do you think, Msoul? Do these picnic snacks sound scrumptious? 1 savory, 1 sweet, just as I told you. I can't wait to dig in. But wait, we have more. Of course we have more, because it's me, Venus Callida. And I gotta bring you round number 3. Here we go. Good things always come in threes, and I'm gonna prove it right now. riddle me this. I'm soft and I'm fine. I rise with care for fluffy cakes. I'm made to pair. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I sleep in flour until I'm near, then rise and lift when heat is here. What am I? Banana, 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 banana. Riddle number 3. I fizz and bubble when I'm near. Heat and acid make me clear. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number oh, oh. Riddle number 4. A tiny pinch can change the taste. I wake up food, none gone to waste. What am I? Riddle number 5. I'm churned from cream, then soft and gold. I melt on warmth and spread when cold. What am I? Riddle number 6. Find me in a lolly. Find me on a cake. Find me in sweet aids and tasty things that you bake. What am I? Riddle number 7. I'm dark and strong in drops so small. I make sweet flavors better overall. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Riddle number 8. I'm fragile, round, and smooth to hold. Inside, I'm new life, warm and gold. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Riddle number 9. I'm golden heart inside the white. I help your bake set just right. What am I? Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. Riddle number 10. I'm tangy, smooth, and creamy pour. From churned up butter, I'm the core. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, here we go. Here we go. Well, Msoul, it is time to reveal recipe number 3, and it's one of 2 recipes needed to make this thing right here, mother hand. Look at it. Look at it. Traxer, look at this. And make you hungry before you go home. I know you're stuck on shift. But much love, buddy. Much love. Yeah, I'm giving you the recipes so you can have somebody make this for you when you get home. All right, if not you. Here we go. So what is it? What is it? I'll tell you. I'm soft and fine. I rise with care. For fluffy cakes, I'm made to pair. What am I? We're talking cake flour. You'll need 2 1/4 cups cake flour, sifted for this recipe. No lumps, please. Rule number 2, I sleep in flour until I'm near, then rise and lift when heat is here. What am I? We're talking baking powder. You'll need 1¼ teaspoons baking powder for this recipe. Riddle number 3, I fizz and bubble when I'm near. Heat and acid make me clear. What am I? Baking soda. We'll need 1/4 teaspoon. Riddle number 4, by the way, I think every riddle I used today was original. I sat down and made new ones. I did. So we can have new ways to think about the same foods. All right, here we go. Just saying. Number 4, a tiny pinch can change the taste. I wake up food. None goes to waste. What am I? Salt. We need 1 teaspoon table salt for this recipe. Kosher will do it. Riddle number 5, I'm churned from cream, then soft and gold. I melt on warmth and spread when cold. What am I? Unsalted butter, if you please. I like unsalted. I know Cord would like salted. It's up to you, whichever one. At room temperature, you'll need 1 cupful. Riddle number 6, find me in a lolly. Find me on a cake. Find me in sweet aids and tasty things you bake. What am I? Granulated sugar. We'll need 1¾ cups sugar for this recipe. Next riddle. Number 7. I'm dark and strong in drops so small. I make sweet flavors better overall. What am I? Pure vanilla extract. And you'll need 1 tablespoonful. And just legit, mixing vanilla extract with any fruit essence actually gives such a lovely aroma. It's really, I've been working with it in gelatins. It's really great. It's really enhanced in the gelatin. It's really nice. Anyways, moving on. I digress. Riddle number 8. I'm fragile, round, and smooth to hold. Inside, I'm new life, warm and gold. What am I? Eggs with the golden center. New life, if there's a rooster around. We'll need 2 large eggs for this recipe. Riddle number 9. I'm golden hard inside the white. I help your baking set just right. What am I? Remember, we separated these. 1 large egg yolk. So separate egg yolk. Save the other part for something else. But we need 1 large egg yolk separated from the rest of the eggs. Riddle number 10. I'm tangy, smooth, a creamy pour. From churned up butter, I'm the core. What am I? It's buttermilk. You need 1 cup buttermilk for this recipe. You have bread pudding with meringue. Oh, Traxer, my final recipe is something you could add to bread pudding. It's actually meant for bread pudding. So I hope you save this riddle game tonight, because the bonus round is going to be just right for you since you make bread pudding. See what you, oh, yeah. So Traxer, this picnic recipe set, I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it. Alrighty. So Venus, you might pose the query, what does this make? It's the recipe for cottage pudding. Yay! Also, you could do bread pudding, but we're going to do cottage pudding today. So, to make the cottage pudding, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius. You're going to grease an 8-inch by 8-inch pan, about 2 inches deep. So that's like as deep as a finger maybe for some of us. Square pan with non-stick cooking spray, or I like to use softened butter to line it. And then you can line with parchment paper and grease the parchment paper as well. In a medium bowl, you're going to whisk together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. In the bowl of a standard mixer fitted with paddle attachment, you're going to beat the butter on medium-high speed until it's fluffy and light. This will take 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't have one, get in there, work those guns, elbow power, that's enough. But don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl with a rubber spatula as needed to make sure that all the powder goes back down into the recipe. You're going to keep working it down into the batter. You're going to add in the granulated sugar, vanilla extract, and continue beating for another 3 to 5 minutes until the mixture seems to double in its volume. It's going to fluff up. It's going to get plumpy. We're going to like it that way. Now you're going to decrease the speed of your mixer if you're using a mixer to low and add the eggs and the yolk one at a time while you continue to stir, scraping the bowl down on the sides after each addition is made. Then you're going to add the dry ingredients in 3 additions, part 1, part 2, part 3, alternating with 2 additions of the buttermilk, scraping the bowl as needed. So dry, wet, scrape, 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 turn, turn, knead, 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 dry, wet, scrape, scrape, scrape. It's like that, okay? using your rubber spatula as needed. Stop the mixer, and then you're going to remove the bowl where there's still streaks of flour in the batter. You're going to finish the mixing by hand. You're going to wash those hands, or your dough's going to come out dark because they're dirty. That's what happens. You want a light dough, wash those hands. Be safe for everybody. Mix it by hand. Get in there. Get some grip on. It's going to feel good. You're going to lose some tension. It's all great. Slowly transfer the batter to the prepared pan. It's going to be very full. You're going to bake this for 35 to 45 minutes, mindfully rotating the cake at the halfway point to make sure if your oven doesn't heat evenly that the bake gets done evenly at least. The cake is ready when a cake tester inserted in the center comes out with a moist crumb or two, and the cake has just started to come away from the sides of the pan. It's going to separate itself a little bit. Okay, I use the toothpick test myself, and that's fine. If the edges get too brown before the cake is ready to be pulled from the oven, tent it with aluminum foil. So you're going to put aluminum foil wrapped around the sides over the top like a little dome. Let it cool for 10 minutes once you take it out of the oven. Then invert the cake onto a cooling rack so it's right side up, and let the cake cool down until it matches about room temperature. You've got to let it cool down. Okay, now, Msoul. We've got 3 great dishes to serve at our hot summer's day picnic spread. But I've got the bonus round to top up the cottage pudding. You can also use it to top up Trax or sweet bread pudding over there. And it's our final recipe for the evening. So here comes the bonus round. You're going to need it to top up the cake. So while it's cooling, we're going to get, while the cake part's cooling, we're going to make this yummy topping right here, which Trash could use, I could use, you could use. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. It goes on lots of desserts. Okay, here we go. Riddle me this. Start as clouded milk turned round, then spread like silk on warm-up ground. What am I? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Riddle number 2. I'm sugar dressed in caramel hue, soft and damp with molasses too. What am I? Do 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 do. Riddle number 3. I was ground up in a quern or at a mill. What powdery baking ingredient could I be? Huh? Riddle number 4. I'm apples pressed and turned to drink, sweet and warm in autumn's link. What am I? Riddle number 5. I'm fruit that sun has slowly shrunk, a chewy bite in lunchbox chunk. What am I? This used to be my favorite snack when I was a little kid with a lunchbox. Ooh, okay, here we go. Riddle number 5. I'm fruit that's number 6. I'm spice that hides in woody skin, a warm scent stirred where sweets begin. What am I? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. All right, here we go. Riddle number. Oh, I don't know if I said them all. Riddle number 6, last one. I'm spice that hides in woody skin, a warm scent stirred where sweets begin. What am I? I think we did this. This is the last riddle. So, Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking. All right. So Venus, you can ask me, what does this make? It's a cider sauce for the cottage pudding. This cider sauce can also be used with bread pudding. Nom! To make the cider sauce, you're going to melt the butter in a saucepan. Combine your brown sugar and flour and gradually stir constantly. Then you're going to add in your apple cider, bring this all to a boil, and let it thicken just a little. Once it starts to thicken, remove it from the heat, add in your raisins. If you don't like raisins, again, you could use cranberries or you could use little chopped pieces of apple. Pour into a small pitcher or serving bowl and sprinkle with nutmeg. Serve hot with bread, cottage pudding, or a plain steamed pudding. Bread pudding. Traxxa will do it that way. I'm going to do the cottage pudding. I love cottage pudding. Now here's a chef's note. If you're making this sauce and it becomes too thick, you can thin it out by adding a little bit of cold apple cider to it and just keep stirring. Well, Traxxa, thanks for being here today. For anyone who watches this show asynchronously, please let me know in the comments which one of these recipes you like the most, if you like them all, if you tried them all, and how you personalize them in any way. If you have a version of your own recipe and you want me to feature it online, just let me know in the comments. Until then, that's all the time we have for today, Msoul. I'm Venus Callida. Thanks for playing Riddle Me, a summer sweet and savory snack fest, fit for picnickers near and far. Thank you for being here. I hope you had fun playing my foodie riddle game. Take care out there, and bon appetit! Traxxa, are you playing WoW right now? Because I'm going to close down this show, and then for those of you who want to see me online just gaming, I can come back in about 15 minutes, and I can stream just some WoW playtime. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for being with me. Venus Callida signing off. And bon